Hello, friends. This is Diana with Light on Granite, and we are wrapping up our Gentle Yoga for Fun series. This class is going to be a full body stretch, and we're going to do everything on the mat. You will need for props today a pillow, a block, and a belt. So get your things and come join me on your mat in a seated position. Once you're comfortable, go ahead and elongate your spine. Let your shoulders fall away from your ears. Close your eyes and reconnect with your breath. Take a nice deep inhale and let it go. And let's inhale our arms up, gaze up. Exhale, release your right hand down to your right side. And we're going to stretch that left arm over towards the right, coming into a lateral side stretch. And inhale back up. Let's switch sides. Exhaling, releasing our left hand down to our left side. Right arm reaches towards the left. And back to center. Let's release our hands and slide them behind our hips, fingers pointing forward. Go ahead, press into your hands, lean back, open up your chest, let your neck fall back. Breathe. And gently come back up. And we're going to do a gentle twist to the right, looking over our right shoulder. Back to center, gentle twist to the left. And back to center. Now let's move into some body rolls here. Just move around in a way that feels good to you, that loosens things up. And go ahead and switch direction. And release. So go ahead and grab your strap. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our strap in both of our hands, raise our arms overhead and make a big Y with our strap, with our arms looking up towards the sky. Excellent. So from here, I want you to just gently pull those arms back past your ears, towards the back of your head. Stop when you really start to feel the stretch. And then go ahead and bring your arms back closer to the front of your face. We're going to do that 2 more times. Slowly move those arms back as far as it feels comfortable. And then gently bring your arms forward, releasing the tension. Then one last time, slowly bring those arms back. And gently bring them forward. Keeping our hands on our strap, we're just going to do a gentle tilt to the right here and stretch. And back to center, gentle tilt to the left, and stretch. Back to center, slowly lower that strap behind your back, release your hands, shake out those arms, and then we're going to grab the strap from behind us, And we're going to extend our arms out. And what I want you to do is slowly raise your arms up until you start to feel the stretch. And hold. And then gently lower your hands back down towards your hips. We'll do that 2 more times. Slowly raise those arms up. And gently lower. And one last time, gently raise those arms up. And gently lower down to your hips. And now we're going to stretch our arms up. So we're going to hold the belt on the floor with our left hand, and we're going to stretch the belt up using our right hand towards the sky, following that arm with our gaze. And gently release. We're going to bring the right hand down to the mat, and this time we're going to bring that left arm up, stretch it up towards the ceiling, follow it with your gaze. And gently release. And then you can go ahead, move your strap off to the side, and we're going to come into table pose. We're going to come onto all fours. And from here, we're going to move into our cat-cow to loosen up our spine. So inhale, head up, drop the belly. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, head up. Exhale, round the spine. One last time. Inhale, head up. Exhale, round the spine. And then come back to neutral spine. And now we're going to move into wag the dog. So I want you to look over your right shoulder and pull your right hip towards your right shoulder. And then we're going to do the same thing on the left. And then on the right, left, one more full round to the right, to the left, and back to center. Excellent. We're going to move into thread the needle pose now. So inhale, raise that right arm up towards the sky. It's okay if you can't get it to reach quite overhead. Just bring it up as far as it feels comfortable. And then we're going to bend that right arm, thread it underneath our torso, drop our right shoulder down to the mat, and breathe. This is a great shoulder opening. And slowly unwind, coming back into table. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Inhale that left arm up towards the ceiling as high as it will go. And then go ahead and thread that arm underneath your torso, dropping that left shoulder down to the mat. And breathe. Beautiful, friends. Come back up into table, all fours. And then we're going to pull our hips up, straightening our legs, coming into downward dog. It is our first downward dog, so those calves are probably going to be tight. Go ahead and pedal those feet. And pause. And so from here in our downward dog, we're going to roll forward into a plank position. And then we're going to drop our knees down to the mat, release our feet, hinge from our elbows, sweep our chest down and up. So modified chaturanga, coming into upward dog. So pushing your arms up, pushing up your chest, letting your legs straighten out, your hips fall to the mat. And then we're going to pull our hips back towards our feet, plant those feet, and come back up into downward dog. Great job. We're going to do that sequence 2 more times. So roll forward into plank. Drop those knees down. Release those feet. Hinge from the elbows. Sweep your chest down towards the mat and up. Coming into upward facing dog. And then pull those hips back towards your feet. Plant those feet. Push up into downward dog. Very good. One more round. Let's roll forward into plank. Drop those knees. Release those feet. And then we're going to do our modified chaturanga, hinging from the elbows, sweeping our chest down and up, coming into upward dog. And then pulling our hips back, pushing up into downward dog for the last time. And then release those knees down and come into child's pose and rest. And slowly, we're going to come up onto our knees. If you have any knee problems, feel free to double up your mat here or put a blanket or a pillow underneath your knees. And we're going to be coming into gate pose. So you can start with your hands on your hips. We're going to extend our right leg out to the side. And you can either keep your hands on your hips or let your right arm rest on your right leg, whatever works for you. Then we're going to inhale that left arm up towards the ceiling and then start to pull it over towards the right, towards that right foot. Just come as far as it feels comfortable to you. And then we're going to come back up, straighten that torso, and we're going to release our left hand down to the mat. We're going to move into side plank. So then inhale that right arm overhead towards the ceiling, keeping your leg extended. And if it's within your practice, try to pull that top arm over towards your ear, reaching for the opposite wall. Beautiful. Go ahead and release that hand down to the mat. Pull that right leg in. And then slowly come back up on your knees, extending that left leg out. So we can do gate pose on the other side. Either have your hands on your hips or let your left arm hang on your left leg, whatever feels comfortable. Inhale that right arm up towards the sky. And then if it's in your practice today, go ahead and pull that right arm towards your left foot as far as it wants to go today. And breathe. And we're going to come back up. And we're going to move into side plank on the other side. So plant that free arm down on the mat. Extend the other arm up towards the sky. And then, if it's within your practice, pull your top arm over towards your ear, following it with your gaze. And then go ahead and gently release those arms down to the mat and come into a child's pose. Beautiful. We're going to slowly come back up and come into a seated position. And you're going to want to grab your strap again. So first we're going to come into a single-legged forward fold, leading with our right leg. So put the strap on the inside of your right foot. Extend that right leg out. Bend the left leg, pull it in towards your hips. Have a firm grasp on the strap with your hands. Have your right foot flexed. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, hinge from the hips and forward fold. You might not come down very far as we hold a lot of tension in our legs. That's perfectly okay. Just go as far as it feels good to you and breathe. Slowly come back up. Now we're going to take that strap in our hands here and we're going to pull our right leg out to the side as far as it's willing to go, keeping our hips grounded onto our mat. And then what we're going to do is we're going to hold the strap with our right hand, keep our right foot flexed, and we're going to inhale, raising that left arm up overhead and towards our right foot as far as it wants to go today. Exhale. Try to relax into the stretch. Beautiful. Let's come back up. Straighten out our torso. We're going to use the strap and pull that leg back to the front here. Open up the strap. So hold the strap with both hands nice and wide. And then we're going to slide our left foot into the strap. And we're going to tuck our right leg in towards our hips. So just coming into our single-legged forward fold on the left side. So have a good firm grasp on your strap here. Take a nice inhale. Make sure that foot is flexed. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. Slowly come back up. And then using the strap, move that left leg off to the side as far as it wants to go. You might notice there's a dramatic difference with how open your legs are. One leg might go much further than the other. That's perfectly normal, so don't worry about it. Now get a good firm grasp on that strap with your left hand. Inhale the right arm up overhead and towards your left foot. And breathe. And then slowly straighten out your torso. We're going to move that leg using our strap back to the front. Open up the strap, holding it in both hands. Slide our right foot in. And we're going to do a full-legged forward fold here. So you can create a little bit of a gap between your legs, or you can have your feet together. Whatever works for you. Have a nice firm grasp on the strap. Inhale, straighten that spine. Exhale, forward fold. Only come down as far as it feels comfortable. And depending on the day, that could be nice and deep or very shallow. Doesn't matter. You're still receiving all the benefits of the stretch. And gently release, roll back up. Go ahead and take that strap off of your feet. Let's give our legs a shake here. And then we're going to point and flex, point and flex, point and flex those feet. And then go ahead and gently roll your ankles. Just loosen things up. And then we're going to pull our feet in towards our hips, coming into butterfly pose. So hold on to your feet. And then we're going to go ahead and just flap our knees a few times here just to loosen things up. Beautiful. Go ahead, release. So from here, we're going to continue our leg work with our strap, but we're going to do it on our back. So come on down, have your legs bent, your feet planted. Once you're down on the mat, go ahead and grab your strap and put your strap on your right foot. Extend that right leg out on the mat, keep the left leg bent. So holding the strap with both of our hands, keeping our right leg straight, we're going to inhale, pull that right leg up as straight as it wants to go today. And breathe. Now we're going to grab the strap with both hands in our right hand, and we're going to open up that right leg to the side. Keep your sits bones glued to the mat. Your leg might touch the floor, it might not. Just let it come as far as it wants to go. Try to release any tension that you're holding in your knee. And breathe. Beautiful. Inhale, that leg back up towards the ceiling. And what we're going to do is we're going to open up the strap, holding it in both hands, and we're going to slide our left foot in, and we're going to take our right foot down, plant it on the mat, and do the same sequence on the other side. So we're just going to hold our left leg up here towards the ceiling as high as it wants to go. Try to release any tension in your knees. And then gather the strap in your left hand and let your left leg fall open to the side, remembering to keep your sits bones planted. Only let your leg go as far as it wants to go today. Breathe. And slowly bring it back up. And we're going to open the strap again, holding it with both of our hands. Slide that right leg in and flex both of your feet. And we're just going to hold our legs up here, using our strap for a moment. If you were against a wall, this would be called the legs up the wall pose. Just breathe. And then I want you to slide your feet nice and wide, bend those knees, and then pull on the strap. So we're coming into a modified happy baby pose using our strap. Our feet are facing the ceiling. Our knees are coming down closer towards our head. You're getting a great hip opening stretch here. Feel free to rock side to side if that feels good to you. And then gently release. You can put the strap to the side, but I want you to keep your knees bent. Put your hands on your knees and just gently rock side to side, massaging your lumbar spine here for a moment. Excellent. And we're going to release our feet back down. And we're going to come onto our side. We're going to grab our block. And what's going to happen is we're going to put our head on our block. Our right arm is going to be free behind our back. And then our top arm is going to meet it. So interlock your hands. We're going to come into a nice shoulder stretch here. So keeping your head rested on the block, straighten those arms out, open up that chest, and breathe. And then we're going to gently release our hands. And what I want you to do is I want you to extend your top leg and then extend your top arm overhead, reaching towards the opposite wall. And then slowly raise your arm and your leg and see if you can get them to touch. It's okay if they don't. And gently release. And then we're going to come onto our left side and repeat that same process. So take a moment, get situated, make sure your head's comfortably resting on your block. Your left arm is free behind your back. Your right arm grabs it. Interlock your hands. Straighten out those arms. Open up that chest. And breathe. And gently release. Straighten out that top leg. Bring your top arm overhead towards your ear, reaching for the opposite wall. And then slowly raise that arm and leg and try to touch them if you can. And gently release. And then from here, friends, we're going to go ahead and come into child's pose. But we're going to use the block. So once you're in your child's pose position, situate your block so that your extended arms are resting on the block. Your wrists are being supported by the block. And then if possible, let your head fall between your hands and come down to the mat. And breathe. And beautiful. We're going to slowly come back up onto all fours, table pose, but we're going to put our hands on the block. And we're going to do our cat-cow using the block. So go ahead, inhale, head up, belly down. Exhale, round that spine, drop the head. Inhale, head up, belly down. Exhale, round the spine. One more time. Inhale, head up. Exhale, round the spine. And then come back to neutral spine. Keeping your hands on the block. We're going to do another chest stretch here. So just inhale that right arm up towards the ceiling. Follow it with your gaze. And breathe. Gently release that right hand back down to the block. Then we're going to do the left side. Raise that left arm up towards the ceiling as high as it wants to go. Follow it with your gaze. Remember to breathe. And gently release that hand back down to the block. And then pulling the block with you, I want you to slide back, bringing your sits bones towards your ankles. So we are now on our knees. We're going to take our block and we're going to put it on our right side near our right ankle. I want you to put your right hand on your block. Remember, your block has 3 different positions, so decide what height is good for you, because what's going to happen is we're going to come into modified camel, one arm camel here. So start pushing on that block, start opening up your chest, pull those hips up, and then inhale that left arm up towards the sky. Follow it with your gaze if you can. And gently come back down, sitting on your knees. Release your right hand. We're going to move that block onto the other side. Put your left hand on the block. Remember, You can choose what height you want it at. Then start to put some pressure on that block. Start to open up your chest. Raise those hips up. Then inhale that right arm up towards the sky. Follow it with your gaze if you can. And gently come back down. Excellent. So now from here, friends, we're going to move into a single-armed puppy pose so we can move our block to the side. We're going to first start in table pose, making sure our hips are stacked over our knees. And then we're going to lower our right forearm down to the mat, let our head rest on our forearm, and then slide that left arm out, straighten that left arm, release your head to the mat, to your arm, and let your chest surrender. Breathe. This is an intense stretch. We won't hold it for too long here. And then slowly come back up into table. We're just going to do one round of cat-cow just to loosen ourselves up before we move into puppy pose on the other side. So inhale, head up, drop that belly. Exhale, round the spine. Come back to neutral spine. And then we're going to switch arms. So we're going to bring our left forearm down to the mat, rest our head on our forearm, slide that right arm forward. Make sure your hips are stacked over your knees. And breathe. Let yourself surrender into the pose. Beautiful. Come back up. And then from here, we're going to come into a wide-legged child's pose and use our pillow to rest our head on. And we're going to wrap our arms around our pillow. Give our arms a break here. So knees nice and wide, feet touching. You can turn your head to one side or the other, or have your forehead directly down on the pillow, whatever feels good to you. And now I want you to relax, because we have moved into our restorative poses. So we're going to hold this for a little while. And as you get settled into the pose, I want you to notice any sensations that you're feeling in your body. Let your breath be smooth and even. Let your hips melt open. Almost there. A few more breaths. Take a nice deep inhale and let it go. Excellent. So we're going to push ourselves up a little bit here so we can grab our block. We're going to put our pillow on top of our block. We're going to come onto our side. Come onto your right side to start. And what we're going to do is we're going to have the block and the pillow underneath our ribs on the right side, closer to your armpit if possible. And then we're going to use our elbow on the mat, open up that hand, and support our head with our right arm. Your top arm can just relax. And breathe. The benefits of self-care can be tremendous. Restorative poses like these help stress just melt away. Let yourself totally relax. A few more breaths here. And take a nice deep inhale. And let it go. And then slowly flip yourself around so you can follow the same sequence on your left side. Knees stacked, pillow and block underneath your ribs, your head supported by your hand. And relax. Notice how your body feels right now. Notice the feeling of your breath as it moves in and out of your nostrils. A few more breaths here, friends. Take a nice deep inhale. And let it go. Excellent. So now we're going to move into our modified goddess pose here. So go ahead and slowly push yourself up. What's going to happen is we're going to take our pillow off of our block. We're going to come onto our sits bones. Our pillow is going to go underneath our back. Our head is going to rest on the block. And once you're here, we're going to put our feet together into butterfly pose, and we're going to open up our knees, making a diamond shape with our legs. I want you to tuck your hands just underneath your thighs. And this is going to support your legs a little bit as we relax and release into this lovely pose. Try to let your hips be soft and open. Release any tension you're holding in your knees or in your ankles. Feel supported by the mat. Release any tension you're holding in your jaw. Let your forehead be smooth. Notice how your chest feels open. Your belly is soft. You're totally relaxed. Your breath is smooth and gentle. Your eyes are warm and heavy. Try to stay in this present moment, focusing on the sensations you're feeling in your body. Take a nice deep inhale and let it go. Slowly pull your knees together. Start to come onto your side. Move your block. Move your pillow. And then we're going to come into our final resting pose. So, for those of you who are not pregnant, please come into corpse pose, stretching your legs out, resting your back on the mat, arms by your side, palms shining up. And if you're pregnant, come on to your side into a fetal position. And just let everything go. Let your body feel light and soft. Take a nice deep inhale and let it go. If you're in corpse pose, go ahead and come into a fetal position on either side. And then everyone, let's slowly push up into a seated position. We're going to move into our breathing practice, our pranayama and our meditation. So go ahead and get comfy. Feel free to sit on a chair, on a pillow, on a block, whatever makes you feel good. And once you're comfy, we're going to elongate our spine. And I want you to take your right hand and we're going to take out our thumb and our pinky, and we're going to fold the rest of the fingers in on our right hand. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. So to begin, we're going to plug our right nostril with our thumb, and we're going to take 3 full inhales and exhales out of our left nostril. And then we're going to plug our left nostril with our pinky and take full breaths in and out 3 times through our right nostril. And then we're going to switch. So our thumb is going to push on our right nostril. We're going to inhale through our left and continue in this pattern. 3 full breaths with each nostril and then switch sides. And gently release. And now I want you to rest your hands comfortably on your knees, on your thighs, or palms stacked on top of each other, whatever feels good to you. We're going to make sure we have a nice straight spine. Our shoulders have dropped away from our ears. The crown of our head is rising towards the ceiling. And close your eyes. And I want you to visualize walking through a beautiful forest. And try to make this as vivid as possible. Imagine how each footfall feels. The sounds as you're walking from your feet, the sounds from your clothing as you're moving your arms and your legs, the sounds of the leaves rustling around you, the sounds of the forest creatures, of the birds, and be aware of the smells that you would be encountering as you're walking through the forest. There would be dappled sunlight. Make this as real as you can. And as you're walking, you feel perfectly calm, perfectly comfortable. And you're going to walk to a safe spot in the forest, a spot in the sunshine where you can sit or lie down and be left alone and be perfectly safe. Once you come to that spot, let your body relax. Imagine closing your eyes, letting the sunshine warm your face, Notice how calm you feel. Let's take a nice deep inhale and let it go. And let's just take a few moments with our eyes closed in silence to notice the stillness around us and within us. And then we're going to inhale our arms up overhead. Open up your eyes. Look at your arms. Put your hands together. Bring them down in front of your heart. And then bow your head to your heart. Thank yourself for your incredible practice today and for your continued commitment and practice of connecting to your body, to your breath, and to this moment. Thank you for letting me spend this time with you. Hoping to see you again soon. Sending you love and light. Namaste.